Have you guys seen this footage before? No. So what we're doing today is showing all the what happens to animals inside the animal agriculture industry. So this is pigs being forcefully impregnated. These are called farrowing crates, and they keep these pigs unable to turn around or move for months at a time.
Is it in New Zealand?
So this is worldwide standard practice. So we're just showing what's like legal and standard across the industry. How does it make you feel when you see animals being kind of treated this way? Oh, good, eh? Yeah, it is cruel, yeah. Do you... So, yeah, this is basically just the result of the mindset that animals should be exploited for us. But do you think that animals should be exploited, or do you think that they should be free? Free, yeah. Have you heard of veganism? Yeah, so veganism is just the mindset that animals shouldn't be exploited. So it sounds like you already have a vegan mindset. Do you currently consume meat, fish, dairy, or eggs, or wear leather, or that kind of thing?
Well, in our house family, we get meat for dinner.
Yeah.
No, I sort of got if you see that, none of that stuff.
So yeah, what you just saw is tail docking and teeth docking, and they don't give the piglets any anesthetic or anything. They just chop them off. So this is called a growing pen, and they pack all these pigs in together and they just feed them as much as possible to get them fat. And they're only 6 months old when they get killed. Pigs can live to around 20 years old, so it's like they're babies.
Only for me.
Yeah, just for me, yeah.
Are all of you vegans?
Yeah, so we're all vegan here. So we have this vegan mindset that animals are not here to be exploited, and we live in a way that aligns with that value, yeah? So this is how we kill pigs. We put them in CO2 gas chambers, and if you could hear the audio now, you'd basically just hear screaming. The CO2 basically burns their soft tissues around their lungs and nasal passages, and you can see them thrashing in pain. What would stop you guys from just not supporting this anymore and living vegan? Would there be anything stopping you? You said you had a host family at the moment?
Here we can't really decide what we do.
Yeah.
We would have to choose. Like, there are not a lot of vegan and vegetarian families in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So it makes it difficult because you pay a lot for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, in Germany it's not hard to be vegetarian or vegan because it's way...
Germany's great for that,
It's less cheaper. Like, you can go... It's like... Yeah, you get the same amount of products for vegan and vegetarian. So I feel like one of my friends here is a vegetarian and they have less options, it's really expensive, and yes.
Okay, I think it's a interesting view when people say, yeah, veganism is more expensive. All the cheapest foods in the supermarket are just vegan by default, like rice, beans, lentils, even tofu. You know, all these foods are like, maybe if you look at all the, the new fake meats and stuff, they can be quite pricey. But there's no one's forcing you to eat those. But can I ask you this? If your host family put onto the table a dog and said, "This here's dinner," and it's a dead puppy, would you eat it?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
It's the same for pigs.
Yeah. So I would just encourage you guys to just stand up for your principles. If you think it's wrong to exploit animals, so if there's a product that was produced using animal exploitation or using animals, using their bodies or using their secretions against their, without their consent, then just say no, basically. Boycott those things. And that's the way to, I guess, live a vegan way, yeah. But it sounds like you're already vegans in here, and you just need to apply that in life, yeah? Can I give you guys a card? Are you guys all together?
Yes.
I'll give you a couple of cards, and you can, they've got little QR codes on the back. And this movie here is called Dominion. And it's really important to watch this to learn what happens to animals, so you can really put yourself in their position and say, if that was happening to me, what would I hope someone on the outside would do, But there's also other great info on there, nutrition info. There's a great speech called The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear. And just check it out and just consider the animals, consider their position, and live vegan. Yeah, thank you for stopping. Yeah, and enjoy New Zealand while you're here. Willkommen, viel Spaß. Yeah, sweet. Cool. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Have you seen this stuff before? No.
What is it?
Yeah, so we're showing all the standard practices inside the animal agriculture industries. So right now these are hens that are grown for meat. They're grown so fast that they can't support themselves under their own weight. Some of them just suffocate to death on the floor. How does it make you feel when you see this kind of thing happening to animals?
It's sad.
It's sad.
Man's inhumanity.
It is. It's inhumane, right? Yeah.
So what are you promoting?
Yeah, so everyone here are vegan, so we think it's wrong to exploit an animal for our own benefit in any way. And so we try to live in a way that aligns with that value. Yeah. What about you? Do you think it's okay to exploit another animal, or it's wrong to exploit?
It's never okay to exploit anything or anyone else.
Perfect. So it sounds like you have a vegan mindset.
Well, I have a biblical mindset.
Sure.
Has nothing to do with being a vegan.
So a vegan is just someone who has the mindset that it's wrong to exploit animals. And it sounds like you agree with that. I guess the difference is whether you contribute to this or not in your action, right? What would you call someone who says it's wrong to do something but does it anyway?
Well, that would be a hypocrite.
Hypocrite, okay. So I was a hypocrite for 37 years because I said I loved animals, but I paid for them to be put in these situations. But then I stopped paying for it to happen. I tried to take myself out of that system as much as I can. So now I don't feel like I'm a hypocrite. So basically we're encouraging people a lot of people have the same perspective as you. They don't think others should be exploited, human or animal, except they live in a way that you might call hypocritical. It's like they still pay for this to happen to animals, right? Would there be anything stopping you from just aligning your actions with your values and going vegan?
That is a big step, a big stretch.
Yeah,
it is.
What's the big step part? What's the difficulty for you?
Life is the line that when you've done it all your life, like you said, it's difficult. I'm sure it was difficult for you initially.
So there's definitely a few things. I searched how to make pasta vegan, and Google is your friend in this kind of situation. You can eat all your favorite foods can be, I guess, veganized, or plant-based. Definitely a little bit of learning, education, but just one meal at a time, one item of clothing at a time. You just make a decision. Do I want to participate in that exploitation, or do I not want to participate? And you just make that decision in the moment. Can I give you a card? And it's got a little QR code on the back, and you can learn more about what happens to animals. And
that's
also,
okay.
You're okay? Yeah, all good. Just you can Google this stuff as well and learn more.
Yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking to watch.
It's hard to watch, right? Just think about this. If it's not good enough for your eyes, is it good enough for your stomach? Have a think about that.
I understand your point.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you what you do.
No worries, thank you. How are you guys doing? Do you want a break? Yeah, I can stop out for you.